Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Torrance with Hollywood Whip Guys, and today I want to talk about 3 introductory timing variations for you to practice when you're first getting comfortable chaining cracks together. The first is the slow figure 8, which links forward and backward cracks with a full spin between. I won't get into it too much in this video, but you can consider the slow figure 8 to be a 3-beat pattern, where you can count the crack as the first beat, and then the 2 half spins you do to set up the next crack as the second and third beats. The slow figure 8 is excellent for honing your core skills because it does move very slowly and gives you a lot of time to really focus on the nuance of your form. Be sure to be thinking about the level and articulation of the loop as it rolls forward, as well as your wrist flexion as it exists within the full body motion. The second timing variation is the cow and calf, or the whoosh bang, which links forward cracks with a half spin between. This puts us into an obvious 2-beat pattern, and we can even hear that the cracks come in with greater frequency than in the slow figure 8. When you're practicing the cow and calf, try to be in a mindset of always pressing forward with the palm. Lead with the palm. That means that your follow-through immediately after each crack needs to incorporate a quick turnaround of the wrist so that you can always be pressing into it with control. The third timing variation I want to talk about is the volley, which links forward and backward cracks like the slow figure 8, but with 0 spin between. This one is especially challenging because the cast for every next crack needs to also be the follow-through for the previous crack, because we don't have any extra spin to take advantage of. You need to be traveling at pretty much exactly the pace the whip wants to be moving at, which is just very tricky. So interestingly, because the slow figure 8 is a 3-beat pattern, it becomes very difficult to incorporate it into two-handed syncopations. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult, specifically when we're dealing with 4/4 time signatures. Here's a demonstration of the slow figure 8 timed against a volley in a 3/4 time signature. So that's the slow figure 8 timed against the volley for a 3/4 rhythm, and this is the slow figure 8 timed against the volley for a 4/4 rhythm. It is a lot easier. Obviously, I wasn't perfect, but it is a lot easier to do this in a 3/4 rhythm than in a 4/4 rhythm, because as you can see, I'm really fighting to stall the whip long enough to get the cracks to land on the right beat to make it 4/4. I think a lot of us intuitively want to believe that the slow figure 8 is half the frequency of the volley, but actually the cow and calf is half the frequency of the volley, and the slow figure 8 is more like 1/3 the frequency of the volley. So that's something we really need to be aware of when we are synchronizing with music. So why do I frame all of this way? Why do I think we should all be thinking in more rigid terms about whip cracking? I think a lot of us have a tendency to rush when we get distracted or caught up in whatever we're doing, and we forget that the whip it's processing energy at all times. You have to have that keen understanding of how the energy input is being processed and when it has dissipated. That's why follow-through is important, and certainly why understanding the rhythmic signature of any whip cracking combination is important. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has all made sense. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. Please check out HollywoodWhipGuys.com to book whip cracking lessons in the Los Angeles area with myself or with Paul Nolan. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.